Hi, this is Jason Baki for L'Oreal Professionnel, the Parisian house of hairdressing at the Mercer Street Salon in San Francisco, California. And this is my lovely model, Christina. And Christina has no color on her hair. And I asked her, are you ready to take the plunge in permanent hair color? And she said,
yes.
Yes. She also said she's open. So immediately what popped into my head was doing like a crimson sort of auburn. And that sort of tone that you can't really tell if she's a brunette or a redhead. And she said,
yes.
I love it when they say yes. Then I said, if you're willing to do that, are you willing for me to push the envelope a little bit further and make you a full-on redhead? And she said, yes. So what I'm thinking, because ombre is still a really strong trend, and I think it's going to be around for a really long time, I'm going to do a variation of ombre that is natural and soft and pretty, and we're going to go from a level 4 at her new growth to a level 7 at her ends. And I think it's going to be amazing. How do you feel about that?
I feel awesome.
You do?
Yes.
High five! I have decided for her new growth to use 5.56, which is a level 5 with red violet and red undertones, equal to 4N. Something to remember when you're working with reds is put a little neutral in at the scalp, and that's going to help to keep it a nice rich deposit versus fiery hot roots. We're going to do that with 20 volume. Then we're going to sort of feather in 5.64, which is a level 5 with red and copper. We're going to do that with 20 volume from our previous application point through halfway through the mid-lengths. Then we're going to do 6.66, which is a level 6 red, red, red with 30 volume. The very ends, we're going to use the new Infine Platine, which is a new powder lightener from L'Oreal Professionnel that I love. It lifts fast, it lifts really like cleanly, and it's got a lot of power behind it. So I think for those brightening up those very ends in our gradient hair color, it's going to be perfect. So just to give an idea, this is the way that I am envisioning the placement to be. So our base will vary out the hair strand, then we'll apply our middle tone, and then our lighter tone. And all of those are going to be kind of smudged together with our fingers, so there won't be any horizontal lines at all. As we move into the side, I'm going to switch from my horizontal placement that I'm doing through the back and do a vertical placement. The vertical placement is so that when the hair falls, there won't be any horizontal lines going through there at all. It'll all be very small, very seamless transition from dark to light. Color 2. Color 3. And now we're just going to meld them all together. These very ends I'm leaving out to put the lightener on after my application is complete. So for the lightening on the ends, we have mixed up our Infine Platine with 40 volume. I chose 40 volume because I wanted to go quick. Her hair color processing time is just about finished. Unlike her base color, I'm starting the lightening in the front because I want the pieces around her face to be the brightest. So I'll work from front to back. I have finished my blending and my smudging with my Infine Platine in 40 volume. Let me just show you what that looks like. So we go from this beautiful, rich, deep level 4 into our 5, into our 6, and into our 7 and 8. So you can see that those ends are lightening very nicely. Come a little closer here so we can take a look. It is so rich and beautiful. You can't tell where that level 4, that 4.5 ends, and the 5 and the 6 blend into one another. into these very light ends, which you can see how dramatically lighter they are when we compare the base to the ends. I think that walking down the street, Kristen would look amazing with this hair color. For a presentation, however, I want to kick it up a notch. So I'm going to take a color called High Chroma, which, if you can get your hands on it, port it, because it's not around. But that's going to take this red over the top and really give it some pop for a stage presentation. So what do you think?
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.